I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Welcome to it. Another edition of Discover New Music here on JJO. Very excited. Joining me this week talking new music, Matty Mullins of Memphis May Fire.
Hell is empty and heaven is near. Pressure depleted and faith in fear. The evil below now above they appear. Hell is empty. The devil is here.
Matty, how are you doing, my friend?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you guys. Excited to talk new music from Memphis May Fire. The new album, Shapeshifter. It's out there. Everyone knows the title. Everyone knows when it's going to drop, March 28th. Let's get right into it because we're kicking off the new year with new music from you guys. 8th studio album. So, again, you guys are no rookies to what is happening here. Following 2022's Remade in Misery. Now, that dropped in 2022, and I'm bringing this up because here we are coming up on 2025. You guys made an album during the pandemic. You wrote it, you recorded it, you did the whole thing, you toured as much as you could to promote it. Now here we are all this time later. A lot of that music in that time, maybe yourself included, was influenced by what was going on. Did we see a shift? How did this album work out, Shapeshifter, musically, creatively, maybe compared to the last work or where you guys are at now?
You know, what was really cool about Remade in Misery was that, you know, we had already been a band for so long, and that record statistically has been our most successful album yet. And now this new one, Shapeshifter, shaping up, no pun intended, to be even more successful. And so I think, you know, what we learned during that process was when the pandemic hit and everything went away, touring and any opportunity for us to do anything music related other than making music just came to a screeching halt. And we realized that to make the best record possible, we needed no outside voices, no outside influences, no distractions. And so we went into this cycle with that same mindset, you know, say no to anything that comes across the table, even if it looks like an incredible opportunity. At the end of the day, everything that we do is an extension of the music that we write. And so it has to start there. Right. And we adapted that same mindset here. And I think that we made something really special.
And I got to agree with you because now we have, I think, 6 singles out from this record. So we are deep into it.
5 singles in.
5 singles out now. So we're really getting to people a taste of it. You guys are, and really getting to see this one. And the general theme is that each one kind of hits harder than the last. Now, you mentioned that taking away all those distractions and you guys just focusing. This is it. We're focusing on writing, creating, getting things put down, recording. Is there something almost, how do I word, when you do that, when you shut out everything else and you're only focused on that, you find yourself maybe going down these own rabbit holes in your mind creatively? Can you get inside your head a little too much? Describe that, because when you're really just focused on it and blocking out everything else, do you find a deeper part of you on the creative side?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that going down those rabbit holes when you're making a record can be a good thing. I think the most important thing that we can do with this platform that we have is be authentic and be honest and talk about the things that are really hard to talk about.
Right.
You know, as artists grow and as their careers is to hide more and more, to be not less authentic per se, but to be less transparent, because there's so much on the line and there's so many eyes on you that it can be really daunting. But with this, what we have, this platform to share our hearts and to share our minds, our feelings, our experiences, the more true and authentic and real that we can be, the more we'll have the opportunity to connect with our listeners. And that's really ultimately what music is all about. So I say, you know, lay all the pride aside, lay all of the fear aside, and just make honest music, because ultimately that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think it's super cool that you guys just focus so hard, and when you're ready to create, that is the most important thing, and it comes through in this latest album. Again, Shapeshifter. It's out in March 2025. You guys are going to start off the new year with brand new music from Memphis May Fire, and again, the title, which you have Shapeshifter, which is the title track. The album, I got to ask about the name. Does it have anything to do with like the classic mythological shape shifting that we all know of when you think about like vampires and werewolves, and you think about like the Iliad or the Epic of Gilgamesh? Talk about how you guys came up with this title and what we see from it.
Yeah, I think that we as human beings, we all wear some type of mask to hide from revealing the parts of ourselves that we think might make us unlovable or unacceptable. And sometimes we're even hiding those things from ourselves.
Yeah.
And this album being such a raw, honest depiction of all these different types of things that we can struggle with as human beings, Shapeshifter really does kind of hone in and say, like, it points out the fact that we might be this person with this group and this person with this group, but ultimately who we are at our core, who we are as people, all of the flaws, all of the downsides of us as people, all of our, downfalls. It really is all part of something really beautiful, which is this gift of being alive, this gift of experience, having to fall to learn how to get back up and having to make mistakes to become better versions of ourselves. And so in some way or another, we are all shapeshifters. And so I thought that title really did encompass the whole kind of vibe of the record.
I love it. I will do my best to shapeshift for not being an asshole. That's kind of my goal. That's what I'll try and shift out of with this one. I think
as we all are trying. Yes.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO. I'm Brock, and my guest for JJO Discover New Music is Matty Mullins of Memphis May Fire, and the new release Shapeshifter is what we're highlighting this week on Discover New Music.
Hell is empty and heaven is near. Pressure depleted and faith in a fear. The evil below, now above they appear. Hell is empty. The devil is here.
Well, I think it's great, and I know people are really excited, and you guys have been fortunate enough, and fans have been fortunate enough that we really have been able to continue to get this growing, maturing, changing, evolving band and music from Memphis May Fire, is also with, staying in the true sound of the band. And that is what we see here in the latest one, Shapeshifter. Do you got a favorite track on there, or is there a track that really speaks to you off this album?
I would say my favorite song on the record, it's hard to pick, man. It's like picking your favorite child.
Right.
They're all special. But yeah, I would say my favorite on the record is probably The Other Side, which is one that's not out yet. Man, listening to that song, every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps, which is not always the case. And I think that to me, that means that it's not just a song that is a part of me. It's that I get to be a part of the song. Like, the song was supposed to be written, and I just was the lucky one that got to kind of put my stamp on it. And it feels special. It feels like something that's going to unite people. And so I'm really excited for that one to come out.
Very cool, man. And I tell you what, if it's giving Matty Mullins, the lead singer, goosebumps every time he hears it, I think we're in for a treat. Well, that's excellent, man. Again, Shapeshifter, the brand new album from Memphis May Fire. Any surprises on there that maybe people, I know we've already, like you said, we're 5 singles in, and we really got a good taste on this, and now we're just waiting to get our hands on the full record. But is there maybe any surprises or maybe unexpected when the listener will put it in and be like, oh, Oh, or anything we can maybe get a little taste or a tease on from Shapeshifter?
Yes, there is one specific song that not a single person on this planet is expecting.
Wow.
And it is so far removed from anything we have ever done. And it feels awesome. Like, we love that element of surprise. We love saying, hey, I know that you've put Memphis May Fire in a box. We're going to show you just how far outside of that box we're capable of going. And we did that. We did that with one specific song on this record, and I'm really excited for it to come out.
I think we leave enough juice there on the table, if that's a saying, and people just need to go get the new record Shapeshifter in March on the 25th, and they'll get that surprise. When you guys were kind of creating that, was it planned? Was it kind of organic? How did this come to be? Where you guys said, we're gonna blow some minds with this, we're gonna get one out of left field?
Yeah, stylistically, Kellen, our guitar player who writes everything instrumentally for us, had this idea, and when he brought it to the table, I thought he was joking, and so I was just like, responded with the standard like LOL,
Yeah,
So, anyways, he's like, no, but what if we really did? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then we went down that path, and it just became this really beautiful piece of the album that's so unexpected, but really lends itself to the whole body of work as a whole.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. And if you weren't excited enough before, well, there you go. A nice surprise. Shapeshifter, Memphis May Fire, their new album, March 28th, 2025. Mark it in red on your calendars because you won't want to miss out. Make sure you get that when it drops. Well, now that the important stuff is out of the way, I got a couple other quick things. People know Shapeshifter's coming out. They're excited, ready to go. Outside of music, real quick, before we get to rapid fire, if people don't know, you have your own company or side project business, On Point Pomade, which people can check it out. The website, which what's the website for that? Where can people find out more on that?
onpointpomade.com. Yep, it's
easy peasy.
Yeah, it's just a hairstyling product. I've always been passionate about just like staying sharp. Men's grooming products has been a big part of my life since I was young. I love just I get my hair cut when I'm home from tour. I get it cut once a week. When I'm on tour, I have a barber with me. I get cut every 3 days.
I can tell you. People can't see you right now, but for everyone listening, the guy, there's not a misplaced hair on that beautiful head of his. I mean, the top, the beard, everything. So you can tell that you're very serious about making sure you're looking good, feeling good. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I started that brand just wanting to make a product that I wanted to use, something I hadn't found yet. Turned into this thing where since 2016, I've been selling hair product to people all over the world, and it's really cool, man. It turned out awesome.
I love it. I'll have to next time we interview, I'll make sure I get some, and I'll make my hair into a very nice pompadour. So I'm looking as good as you right now. I look like a scrub next to you, and it's terrible. It's terrible. I got to get cleaned up, man. All right. Well, now looking sharp, new music out. Matty Mullins, let's do rapid fire and we'll get you on your way. There's no wrong answers with this. You just go with your gut and we'll learn a little bit more about you. Let's start simple. Let's do tacos or pizza.
Tacos.
How about disco or techno?
Good Lord. I mean, I guess I have to go techno because I never got into disco.
Oh, man, get you out there some bell-bottom pants. That hair, it would look great on that lighted dance floor. Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Loch Ness Monster, dude.
All right.
Just how impressive.
Now, okay, I do need to tell you, I'm glad you said that because I like to tell everyone, recently scientists believe they figured out what the Loch Ness Monster is. And they believe that it's just a whale penis. So apparently, when whales breach the water, sometimes the pervy male whale, his penis will be out. And if you look, I'm showing you, Matty, does that not look like Nessie's head right there? And that's actually
I guess you're right.
So really,
like in Anchorman, they're like San Diego, the whale's vagina. This is
right.
like Loch Ness Monster, the
whale's
whale's
penis. It's just I like to imagine like a whale in rose-colored glasses with a thin mustache, and he's just a perv, and he's out there flashing everyone. And he's real cocky about it, pun intended, because it's so big that everyone thinks it's a monster. Like, get out of here, you perv whale. Okay. It took a weird turn. Let's see. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses, dude. You could just kick those suckers left and right.
You seem like you're in good shape. I feel like you could handle that. You might be a little winded, a little sore afterwards, but my money's on you. My money's on you. All right.
The hardest thing would be kicking them. I bet they'd be cute, dude. I wouldn't want to do it. But if I had to, if they wanted blood, we could kick them.
Look, if they're not here to cause trouble, I'll hang out. I'll feed them some bread or whatever we do. That's hilarious. They would be. They'd be absolutely adorable. You don't want to kick them. You don't want to, but hey, you know what? They brought it on themselves.
No, I know. I've got a soft spot for animals, dude. That's Chappie right there.
I love it. All right. Matty, thank you so much for humoring me. More importantly, thank you so much for talking new music. Shapeshifter, Memphis May Fire, out March 28th. Go get it. I really appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Hope to see you soon.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.